beats to every crease on your brain.
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
What's going on? What's going on? It's Wednesday night. Live from Central Lab Show. My name is John Blaze, talking to town heavy duty core DJs. This is iKON Radio, the home of quality independent music. And, you know, not only we have the hottest independent records, you know what I'm saying, we do have the hottest independent interviews. I guess that's what we call it now. So, for the first time on iKON Radio, you know what I'm saying, Jalopy Bungus in the building. What's up, sir?
What's up? How y'all doing?
What's
Jalopy
good?
Bungus in here. What up? What
Man,
up?
I feel like this is a long time coming. You know what I mean?
Sure. For sure.
So, you know, this is great because it fits like right after, you know, you had a big show on Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. That was
Thank you.
a great show.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
crazy.
saying? So we celebrated the new album, right? What's the name of the album?
Samson. You know what I mean? It's out on everything right now.
Yeah.
Apple, Spotify. I just put it on SoundCloud the other day. Tidal, whatever.
Kind of serious right now, right?
Yeah. Shit is going crazy right now. Like, am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, shit is going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was going to go crazy, but just as far as like how people are reacting to it and how it's like impacting people and shit, like I didn't expect it to really like do what it's doing right now. Like it's exceeding my expectations.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, let's back up a little bit. You know what I mean? All right. So, originally from Phoenix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Born and raised?
Pretty much.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, North Carolina, California, like all over the place, but this is home.
Arizona's home.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Some people, you know, so many people from out of Arizona that are in Arizona now in Phoenix. You know what I mean? I meet people every day from Chicago, Detroit, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it feels like Arizona's really becoming like, I mean, they always said it's like a melting pot, but like musically, there's a lot of artists coming from everywhere, all over the place. Do you notice that?
Yeah, for sure. It is a melting pot. Like, really, I think that's why the sound, like, you know, when you get like, you know, the Bay Area, or you get Chicago or something like that, you usually get a similar sound when it comes to the artists. But here it's not really like that because everyone's coming from so many different places. So the talent and everything is just all over the place. It's no one sound.
I feel like that really adds to the growth of Arizona hip hop and the artists, you know what I mean, and just the scene in general.
Yeah.
Which kind of helps, you know, artists like yourself kind of step out, you know what I mean, and really make a statement with what you're doing.
Yeah.
You've been pushing kind of heavy for a couple years, right?
Yeah, for sure. I started rapping when I was like 16. I started recording when I was 16, and then I got real with it when I was 18. Started doing freestyle videos and all that. Yeah. And then I dropped my like first like official project in 2017, and then it's been crazy since then.
All right. So, how old are you?
I'm 21. I turned 21 2 days ago.
Oh, congratulations. Happy birthday. 21.
21.
So that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's it.
And that was my plan with this project. I was like, I'm going to get this project out before I turn 21. Yeah. And then when I turn 21, like this year is, for me, is just like, I call it grown man moves. You know what I'm saying? Like for this year, everything, I'm going to take it further than, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go out of my comfort zone. You feel me? Like I'm trying to do shows out of the state. I mean, I did my first show out of the state like last year at the end, but I'm trying to do that more often. And I mean, just make grown man moves in general.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Business-wise.
Like, it's time. Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually brings me right to what I wanted to get into. Now, you know, we're all fans of hip-hop music. You love hip-hop. That's why you do it, right?
Yeah, of course.
What age were you when you were like, I really want to take this serious, and like you saw it as a potential career?
6. I mean, it was different levels. Like I started writing for real when I was 15, just cause like, I was just doing it. And then when I was 16, I was recording, but you know we was playing around. You know what I'm saying? So really, I started saying, okay, I'm gonna really do this for real when I was 18.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Right. I was 17 when I dropped my first like very popping freestyle video, and then from that point on, I was like, I'm gonna take this for real. Like this is what I'm gonna do.
Right. And then it became what it is now today.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I mean, damn, you're young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're just getting started.
Yeah.
Is it exciting to kind of? I mean, you got a crazy following already. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, you know, do you imagine where you're going? Like, what is the goal for you right now? Where do you see yourself?
My goal right now is to just get a video out for every single song in this project. Yeah. Every single song, for real. So really, I feel like this project came out so good. I'm not even the type to really put out a lot of content anyway, so what I'm gonna do is just promote this project continuously by dropping videos for it. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna just keep doing. I'm gonna push every song like it is a single, and then it's just gonna come back to the project overall. So I'm gonna drop a video for every song and push it like it's a single to the people who don't know me yet. Then it's gonna come back to the project itself. So
that's a good idea. I mean, and that's kind of like the new ways of releasing records today digitally. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of an advantage. You know what I mean? Some say it's not. You know what I mean? I guess it's a gift and a curse at the same time.
Yeah.
But either way, you're able to have something all the time.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you do a lot of shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't do a lot of shows, but not as much as I used to. But now, like, because I know that the more popular I get, the less I should do.
The demand. You got to build a demand.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like I'm probably throwing 2 real big shows like for me this year only, just 2. The rest I'm like, people ask me to be on the show or something like that, I'll go do it.
Yeah.
But as far as like big shows, I'm only doing 2 this year.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, so the album is available right now, Samson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So explain the album and kind of the theme of everything.
Well, basically, I called it Samson because it's a reference to the biblical character, you know what I mean? Samson in the Bible, he had his hair just like I used to have my hair. And really, it was just basically a comparison because I realized how similar our lives were because what happened last year, all the different things that were going on last year, you know what I mean? I felt like I was being used and taken advantage of by people within my circle, people outside of the circle, all types of things. People were using me for entertainment. And I felt like that's exactly what Samson went through. And when people when I had the dreads, you know what I mean, people made it synonymous with my success. So it's kind of like in reference, that was my power. Like his hair was his power. So when I cut it, you know what I mean, it was ironic because when I cut it off, that was me killing a fear. But then that's when all the bullshit started happening. Just like when Samson cut his shit off, they captured him and took him to the palace and he was tied up for a long ass time. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it was for me. Like just being stuck in 20 pounds and all those different things was like a reference to him being stuck in the castle.
Yeah, I
you know
get
what I mean? Because and I feel like with me leaving 20 pounds, me cutting all those people off, me really taking ownership of what I do and doing it for me instead of for everybody else. That was my reference is me collapsing the castle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I dropped the project and it's been going up since. You feel me? Like,
first off, you a deep ass dude. Straight up, like
thank you. Thank
jump, you know what I mean? Like that's dope.
Thank you for
like
real.
you really understand and you see the vision of yourself and your creativity and just inside. 20 Pounds was the group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of, how many artists were in that group?
There were 4 rappers, 3 producers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to have a group. It's hard to keep, multiple people moving, especially if they're not on your speed. You know what I'm saying? And that is difficult. That's what it was?
That's what it was. It was not only was it that they weren't on the same speed as me, it was just kind of like not only because naturally I was just the face of it and I didn't ask for that, I just became it. So naturally the people, certain people within it were jealous, they were envious, and they didn't like that. And so it was a lot of different things that went on that what I'm saying, most people aren't going to know about because I'm not going to talk about it very openly. But it was just like, it was a lot of bullshit that was going on that I'd accepted because I was like, maybe I just need to be a better leader. You know what I mean? Maybe I just need to lead better.
Sometimes certain people want the same results and outcome that other people in a group, but they're not putting in the same effort.
Exactly. And that's what it was too. You know what I mean? It was just certain people were treating other people like they were lesser because they didn't have the views that the others have. Like, obviously, I was treated a certain way because I was the face of it. But then there was, the other cats where they weren't getting a certain amount of views.
So
niggas would treat that motherfucker like he wasn't nothing. You feel me? So those are the type of things I recognize and like, that makes you wonder, like, what you gonna do if you fuck around and become the number one dude? How you gonna feel about us that's underneath you? Because you treating this person like he underneath you, and because of views. You know what I'm saying? Something that's not even gonna matter.
Right. What's gonna happen when that check come?
Exactly. What are you gonna turn into? Because you showing me the flame that's building up inside of you. You know what I'm saying? You treat me like I'm important because I'm the face right now.
That makes sense.
You feel me? So it is things like that where I was just like, okay, well, the character
right.
of certain individuals.
And those are problems that you shouldn't even have to deal with when you're still trying to get your shit going. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. So what's the relationship now with the guys? Are you still good with them? Did they understand the situation, or is it all bad?
JD's my brother, so it don't matter. Like, JD's my brother. I told JD to keep it going, so he kept it going. That's the only reason 20 pounds still a thing. I wanted him to keep going.
So you're no longer affiliated with that at all? No features or nothing?
Nah, straight up. JD's my brother. Knowledge Nick's my brother. Skateson's my brother. Crust is my brother. I don't fuck with the other two niggas. Like, nah. Now, those are the niggas I had the issue with in the first place.
So, okay, but I'm looking at it from a fan standpoint. You had a lot of fans with the 20-pound movement.
Yeah.
You leave, and I'm guessing a lot of people followed you, you know what I'm saying, and kind of left that. So did that happen as well?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Because, you know, it wasn't like I wasn't just the face. I was the vocal leader. I was the guy with the ideas.
Making moves.
Pushing everybody. I was making sure everyone was motivated, sacrificing for everybody in the group. So when that leaves, like, they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why you haven't seen no content. You haven't seen nothing come out. You feel me?
You might as well put that energy into yourself if they ain't gonna, replicate
That's what I did, and ever since, this is the most successful I've ever been. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you deserve it. Why wouldn't you?
That,
you know what I'm saying?
real, you know?
All right. So I remember seeing you recently. I think it was during the summertime. It was hot as hell. First Fridays, there was a battle out there at the house. What was it called? The graffiti house.
I don't know what that was called.
Yeah, we call it
just a graffiti house.
Yeah. And I remember it was hot as hell, and people waited like 3 hours to see you battle.
Yeah, they did.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and that dude did not show up.
He didn't show up. That's right. He didn't show up.
That was the second time that happened. Where
Same
people
dude?
waited. Nah, two different dudes. Two different dudes that challenged me.
Damn.
And there was so many people waiting the first time for like 2 hours. Nobody showed up. Everybody did, but I showed everybody my rounds anyway.
Right? Yeah, that was dope. You really you take care of your fans, your supporters.
Yeah, for sure. Because those are the, you know what I mean? Those are the people that keep this shit going. Like, those are the people I do it for. Like, I'm thinking about them all the time because they don't have to.
Sorry, do you consider yourself a battle rapper? Is that a lane that you're in?
Yeah.
Do you? I know real MCs. They any field.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be able to be ready at any field. So you definitely exercise that.
That's just to keep my skills sharp and stay humble. You know what I mean? To stay humble, like, because the music shit can fucking really take you somewhere where mentally you start to believe that you're bigger than people. So I always do shit that reminds me, okay, like, motherfuckers might put me up to this pedestal, but I can still get down in the dirt and get gritty with niggas.
Man, I respect that shit.
Yeah, that's why I still do the freestyle videos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I still do the freestyle just to remind myself, like, this is where I came from. Like, don't forget that. You know what I'm saying?
So then there shouldn't be a problem with leaving a few bars here at iKON Radio then.
Nah.
My man.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I mean, it's your first time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on. All right, so the Project Samson available right now on all digital platforms.
Yeah.
So let's get into a little bit of the album. I know that on Friday we were really impressed with your performance.
Thank you.
Great turnout of support. And in an early show too, very surprising.
Yeah, it's funny because I didn't know that was weird. Because a lot of, like, Justice was the first one to tell me, like, you end your shows at 9, and I was like, yeah.
But that says a lot about your people, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you can get them out early, to be there on time. They were hella early too, by the way.
Yeah, for real. That was crazy.
All right, so we definitely enjoyed your performance. You really embody what an MC is.
Thank
you know what I
you.
mean? You were up there by yourself for the most part, and you definitely moved the crowd. So as far as the project, let's play something off the project.
Bet.
Which one are we gonna? Which one did you send? What's it called?
No Food February, and then
Let's do No Food February.
No Food February.
Produced by this guy right here.
Okay.
He produced it.
Who's this right here?
Uzi Edwards, the GOAT.
Uzi
Edwards, the fucking
No
GOAT.
Food February. What is the story behind this record, though, before we play it?
It's up for interpretation. That's all I gotta say.
I feel like there's a lot of interpretation in every one of your records.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I do it like that.
All right, let's get to it. Jalopy Bungus in the building.
Hey, No Food February. Almost up around the shit. This is shut down. Politics. Mama said if you don't work, then get it off her back. 4 years later, and I get it off her rap. I remember they ain't see potential in me. They treat you different when you got credentials, I see. Sold out shows, bitch, I did, bitch, I did. Murdered all my foes, bitch, I did, bitch, I did. Started making funds, bitch, I did, bitch, I did.
Call DJs, call DJs, call DJs, call DJs, call DJs.
Yo, we gotta run it back one time. Uzi. We weren't expecting that right there.
That nigga Uzi in this motherfucking man.
No Food
like
February. Yo, we still riding it. It's still the month of February. We're gonna rock this in March. Fuck it, let's go.
Right. Oh man. Hey. No Food February. Damn funny. Politics. Mama said if you don't work, then get it off her back. 4 years later, and I get it off her rap. I remember they ain't see potential in me. They treat you different when you got credentials, I see. Sold out shows, bitch, I did, bitch, I did. Murdered all my foes, bitch, I did, bitch, I did. Started making funds, bitch, I did, bitch, I did. All before 21, bitch, I did, bitch, I did. Yeah.
Well, damn. Well, damn.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Ask.
So you just listened to the song front to back, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you hear any type of disses in there?
I was gonna ask.
Oh, fuck.
I heard.
I didn't think he had. Okay.
I didn't. No, hold on. Before you say anything,
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily heard a diss.
Okay.
Because to me, disses are very direct.
Exactly.
I did hear a reference.
Yeah.
I want to know if it would be, that. This is hip hop, man.
You
so,
feel me?
Why are you being questioned that this might be a diss?
Like a motherfucker, man. Like, it's like, this song is the #1 song by far. Like, it's not even close.
Right.
And so many people, like, I'm telling you, like, so many people are like, bruh. It's like a whole conversation. Like, bruh, he's this futuristic. Bro, it's this. I'm like, yo.
Hold on.
I never said, now, this is the thing. Like I said, I'm the type of person where I do my music.
Right.
I don't tell people what to see. So I'm not going to tell people, you know what I'm saying? I didn't tell people what to see. All I'm going to say is, like, however you perceive it is how you perceive it.
Exactly.
But my thing is, I feel like motherfuckers' arguments got to be a little more factual. Like, because people are saying, bro, you said his name. The line is, I seen this before. A lot of this is futuristic. Mm-hmm. Like, so, but
before that, you said the face of Arizona.
Yeah.
So immediately people are gonna.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, you only believe that if that's your perception. Like, if that's what you have already created. Like, if that's what you all created. Like that storyline.
Right.
Like, if you, I said, you got your money and neglected us, saw the city buzzing, came back, said that you respected us. We don't need no hero, we don't need no rescue, nigga. How you the face of my state, we don't respect you, nigga. Culture vultures every level, this ain't new or different. I seen this before, a lot of this is futuristic. Was on reserve as a kid, now I'm grown. Richie gave me game, said they injury prone. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's all perception, you feel me? It could be a diss, but it could not be. It's just like,
Jalopy.
that's it.
Come on, man.
It's just like, it's all about how you perceive it. You feel me? How do you look at it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you see it? Like, if you believe that he did all that, then you're going to think it's futuristic.
It ain't
right?
It may not. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you did. And you know what? I love what you're doing. Because regardless, you're creating conversation.
Exactly.
And that's what it needs to be about in music.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this is a sport. Mm-hmm. It's a competition. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with you, even if you were saying something out like, I'm better than this guy, or I'm going to say something about, say something back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a spar. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I respect that. Now, do you feel like it creates a controversy amongst your fans, or do you think they're kind of hyping this up?
I think they're hyping it up for sure. But why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you want to hype it up? Like, so many people have. I understand where it comes from because the younger generation of Arizona, like the new generation of Arizona, don't fuck with futuristic.
Right.
And these are the people that, you know what I mean? I mean, I get love from both sides. Like, you know what I'm saying? The older cats.
Yeah,
and
no,
the
you
younger
have your
cats.
fans, and of course they want to see you win.
It's like, so of course they want to see, like, this is who we think is the best in Arizona. Of course we want him to go against, like, who, you know what I'm saying, the outsider would think is the face of Arizona.
So let me ask you this. Man, I don't know if we should start this, but
I don't care about nothing.
I mean,
that's
have you met Futuristic?
I ran into him one time.
Okay,
at Valley Visuals,
and I mean, you obviously see what he's doing in the city. You see what he's doing, so obviously respect what he's doing musically, right?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, you know, he's created a name for himself, and you know,
you gotta respect any motherfucker that's eating off this shit.
Right, exactly.
If you eating off this shit, like, that's one love, because that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, now, you know, a lot of people saying that, you know, he is, you know, like you said in the rhyme, it's, again, why people are thinking that, you know, the face of Arizona, he's been the most successful thus far.
Yeah,
you know, as far as, you know, visibility in Arizona and whatnot, he's really taking it outside. Yeah. So, I mean, this isn't a thing where you're trying to bait him in, or is it?
What I'm gonna say is, when it comes to this situation, like, I'm not trying to cause nothing.
You're just saying,
but I don't care about nothing.
Right?
That's one thing everybody should know.
You wrote
My
it.
My thing is, however niggas want to take it, we can take it there.
Okay.
If you don't want it, if you think, because never mind. But
no, go ahead and say it.
Okay. Well, Futuristic hit me up.
Right.
About the song.
Oh, okay. So he heard the record and was like, "What's up? We have beef."
And he hit me up. No, he was like, it was a cool conversation. He was like, he said, track 2 was fire. The smooth Futuristic diss. This how niggas feel? Flame emoji.
Hey,
and then I was like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And then I was like,
listen,
yeah,
this is what I'm talking about. And see, I knew that Zach would feel that way.
Yeah,
because, you know, for him, there may not be somebody, or it hasn't been anybody in a while to even kind of test that a little bit. Yeah. So I feel like for even to reach out was respect.
Yeah, exactly. And he hit me because it's been a lot of niggas who have dissed him, but it's like,
he don't pay no mind.
Nah. But it's like, you can't. And it's not even a big deal. Like, I'm not saying it was a diss. All I'm saying is he did hit me up and he was like, he was like the smooth Futuristic diss, and I was like, this is what I said. I didn't mean it in a disrespectful way, but what I said was, that shows how you really feel about yourself. That's how I felt, because I felt like if you heard it and you thought that was a diss, even though it wasn't clearly a diss, you clearly think, but what I said before, that's how you think about yourself. I mean, and then he was like, no, I just know it's public opinion. I'm not offended. I just want to know. Basically, the conversation was, what is it that I can do that I can basically, like, reconnect with the newer generation of Arizona? So we're supposed to link and talk about that.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? So I got some ideas. You feel me? I got some, because the thing is, he does do a lot for Arizona, but the class he does it for is extremely disconnected from the current class.
No, you're right, and it's been the same has been said as far as, you know, street artists go, and Arizona hip hop fans of street music. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, a lot of people have, you know, said, you know, maybe, you know, in South Phoenix he doesn't get the support that you know, another artist would get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like the Judge the Boss. You know what I'm saying? So it's understandable, but, you know, to me it's a beautiful thing, because I see two talented people, you know, seeing the respect. I see you, the kind of, you know, doing what you got to do to step up, make a statement, and you did, man. Congrats.
Yeah,
good job.
You know what I'm saying?
And
last thing about that is just, like, the thing is, regardless, like, it's never that serious, because it's hip hop. Right. So regardless, if he would have hit me up on some, oh, really, that's how we getting down, we would have just rapped for some tracks, and I don't give a fuck about that either. I really don't. Just letting niggas know, like, I don't care. Like, we can do however niggas want to do it, we can. Yeah. But the route he took is way more productive. Now we finna figure out how we can align how we can bridge this generational gap that is continuously showing in Arizona. You know
I mean, it really says a lot about him And,
For sure, great dude, great dude,
absolutely,
great dude.
See, I wasn't sure where this was gonna go.
Yeah,
you know, because you were kind of like, it is what it is. How you take it?
That's how I feel.
Hold on, what we doing? But then I was kind of hoping that this was gonna go this way. So I'm kind of geeked because I haven't seen this in a long time.
Nah,
especially with like an MC like yourself. You know, so like it's exciting, man. I'm really happy for you.
Exciting. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's have some fun out this motherfucker.
Right.
You feel me? Like, let's have some fun in this bitch. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So,
like,
you kind of have at your shows, there's always like a little mosh pit going on. What is that about?
I love mosh pits.
Yeah,
I love them. Like
when you're going to a show of yours, Jalopy Bungus show, don't wear the clean sneaks because you're gonna get them scuffed, right?
No, actually, to be real with you, I'm probably the most like, I don't want to use this word like recklessly, but I'm probably the most bipolar performer there is. Like, there's nights where I'll just be chilling, but then there's nights where I'll be going crazy. It just depends how I feel that day.
No, I did kind of see.
But for my fans, if I throw the show, I'm always going crazy every time. 'Cause those are my fans. Those are people that, you know what I mean. But if anywhere else, I'm kind of like, it's bipolar with it. You feel me? I
noticed that night though on Friday, you were telling everyone to get hype and mosh. And then immediately you're like, all right, that's enough. Now chill. And I was like, yo, who does that? Who does that? I was like, okay.
Yeah.
They listened. They did. I'm like, yo, he really was like telling the people what to do and they were like reacting to him.
Yeah, it was, you know what I mean? Because I don't know. It's just like, I'll be on stage and I'm just like, all right, niggas is moshing, but like, all right, that's good.
Now pay attention.
Let's get back to it. You know what I mean?
People really were listening to every word you were saying.
Yeah, for
real. They were really held on, like waiting for every word, every verse you were doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to also get into, we're going to get to the next song off the project. Real quick, the project is available everywhere digitally, right?
SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple, Tidal. I feel like it's on some other places, but I can't remember. But those are all the main ones. So
right.
You feel me?
Okay. All right. So in the performance, it was in the second to last song. You had a record, a very emotional record.
Yeah.
And this, really got my attention. The record was what was the record called?
Vocal Cords of a Broken Woman.
Of a Broken Woman. And this record was about a woman or women and kind of the struggle that they have had in their life or one's life. I'm not sure what the story is, but I know at the end you got emotional.
Yeah.
And you kind of paused for a couple minutes, you know what I'm saying? And the crowd just was kind of just letting you do what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was that about?
Well, it's just 'cause that song is fucking powerful, you know what I'm saying? I can't really give the full story about what the song is yet, because if you notice, it's part one. So there's still more to be said, and that'll be continued on my next project whenever the hell that comes out. You know what I'm saying? But as far as me shedding tears, it was just like it's a powerful song, powerful lyrics, like powerful. The emotion is just super overwhelming. The project is super overwhelming. So even before I got to that point, I was already feeling emotional. But then that song kind of just like
over the top.
It's just sad because it's real. You know what I mean? I'm not up there just rapping it. Like, it's real. That's what's fucked up about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not up just telling a story.
Right.
Like, there's people who can hear the song and be like, I remember, I'm not going to say who, but I remember at my private listening party, someone told me that they were a product of his mother was actually raped, and she gave birth to him because of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so when he heard that song, it said it really hit him because it was like, that was how he was conceived, you know what I mean? Jeez. So it was the fact he felt really, and it was just, that was important to me, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, we gotta start telling these people stories. Like, why else are we doing this? We gotta start telling people stories.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Like, and that's what it's about.
Real storyteller, real MC.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's get into this record. And this is Vocal Cords of a Broken Woman, part one.
Shout out Verb about that. He produced this. And then shout out to DeLeon. He's the one singing.
Okay. And this is part one, right?
Part one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned. Right after this, we got Jalopy Bungus. Get into the heavy-duty sound check.
Here's a story about a woman with dreams so picture perfect at 13, the ebony queen. This video gotta be done right, nigga. This shit gotta be done right. For real.
Man, oh man. Sometimes, records, when you see records performed live, they're a little different, in the headphones. But you know what? That one hit just as hard. And
Thank you,
man,
for
I
real.
gotta salute you for that right there.
Thank you, I appreciate
That's a
that.
big record. You know what immediately I was reminded of?
Huh?
I feel like that was like Tupac's Brenda Got a Baby.
Yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
version.
That's fucking crazy. Because that's Tupac's Tupac keep me going. You know what I'm saying? Like Tupac keeps me, you know what I mean? Every time I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm falling or I'm like not right, like I just listen to Tupac. Just keep listening to him until I get back on track. I've been doing that shit since I was younger. You know what I mean? Like, so being, you know what I mean? Just like the fact that because you're not the only one that made that comparison either. You know what I'm saying? So that shit means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like, you feel me? That's who I grew up on. So
Yeah, man.
that's my number one. You feel me? Tupac's my number one for real.
Number one. Who else you grew up listening to?
I grew up listening.
You're 21, so like, I mean, keep it real. Pac was dead before you.
Like 2 years before I was born. So.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was crazy. I didn't know he died until I was like 7, 8 years old. My mom told me. Yeah, I thought he was alive the whole time.
Oh man.
And
well, a lot of people still do today, so don't.
Yeah, for real.
Too bad. There's still a lot of people holding on.
For real, my mom told me, and I was like, "What?" Like I was shocked, like because I had such an emotional attachment. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, now I learned more about him as I got older. But I grew up on everything. My mom put me on Outkast, NWA. You know what I'm saying? Too Short. Fucking anybody you can think of, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? West Coast, especially anybody on the West Coast you could think of. I was listening to them.
Okay.
My mom don't like East Coast artists, really, but you know what I'm saying? Like I got into that on my own later on. But growing up, like my whole house, it was all West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Besides like Kanye West. My mom loved Kanye West. But everybody else was sugar free. I grew up on sugar free like a motherfucker.
Oh, okay,
like,
man.
I love sugar free.
Yeah, Sugar Free is
You know what I
probably one of the most underrated MCs
Legends ever.
of all time.
Yeah, people would never people won't understand, but Sugar Free inspired me to write Rushmore. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole, it don't really sound like it, but it was just like as I was listening to, what's the joint? God damn, it's the one about the house party. I can't remember at all, but I remember I was trying to figure out what to do with a bridge and a hook and shit. And I was listening to it and I was like, damn, this nigga's hooks is just real bouncy. Like, it was just like real, like, simplistic, but able to, you know what I'm saying? As long as you got to bounce on the beat, you can really say whatever as long as you bounce with the beat.
The way he says it's so smooth.
Slick,
like,
you know what I mean?
Super slick.
Slick. I started coming up with my own catchphrases because of Sugar Free. You know what I'm saying? Like, the songs I'll be like, the youngest OG, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just like taking like real. Just being real meticulous of how.
Yeah, man. No, a lot of legends study Sugar Free, man. Like to me, like I feel like Snoop.
Easy.
Took a lot, you know.
Kendrick too. Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar like a motherfucker. Like Kendrick Lamar. I listen to Kendrick. I'm like, this really sounds like Sugar Free. Like for real. There's a lot of songs that resemble Sugar Free on this shit. But yeah, it's like anybody on. I was listening to straight West Coast shit. You know what I mean? That's all I grew up on.
All right. So you know what? With that being said, let's kind of keep the same energy.
Yeah.
And, we like to do a little thing here on iKON Radio. I'm being it's your first time. You know what I'm saying? We got the Central Lab sound check. You know what I mean? And, we can't have you in here and not leave a few bars with us.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to get into this, but I'm going to tell you like this. You don't have to stop if, you don't want to. If you feel like, you know what, I'm going to go, keep going. And if you want me to switch up a beat, we can do that.
All right,
you know what I mean?
We're going to be here all.
I mean, let's do what it do.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's do, you never know what can happen here. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Don't forget, this is iKON Radio, the home of quality independent music. And we got Jalopy Bungus in the building. The new album, Samson, available right now. All your digital streaming platforms and whatnot. So without no further ado, let's get to it. And we're going to keep it West Coast.
All right, bet.
Piece to every crease on your brain.